Here he is, BC's ambassador to the world of horse racing, Mr. Tommy Walski.
We open up today's program with a visit with one of Fraser Downs' most popular trainers, and that would be Wayne Isbister. When it comes to horse racing, Wayne has accomplished much, including, now you listen to this, leading trainer at Hastings, leading trainer here twice at Fraser Downs. There isn't much, once again, Wayne has not accomplished. We caught up with him, and as you're going to see, he's quite informative, and most of all, he's interesting.
I was born in Victoria, and I was never raised around horses. I was basically born in downtown Victoria, grew up in downtown Victoria, and I got to meet Sonny Johnson, who used to train thoroughbreds at Hastings Park, and through him I kind of got around horses and that, and then in 1970, I worked as a groom for two very good horsemen, Sonny O'Connell in Vancouver and Bill McMeans in Seattle. And in 1976, a fellow in Victoria, a couple, Derek and Bev Green, asked me if I'd like to train horses and start my own stable. And they and Ray Turcotte and a fellow called Bill Woods put together 8 horses for me, and that was in 1976. And I never struggled at it. Within 3 years, I was leading trainer. 1979, I came close to beating Alan May's record of most wins in a season, but we didn't. But we had a good year. I ended up with a lot of very, very nice horses, stakes.
You're a leading trainer over there, successful, and you surprised all of us when you came over here.
1988, I kind of was out of favor at Hastings Park. I lost one of my biggest owners, two of my biggest owners, and I didn't have very much left. So a fellow called me Bob Zaba, Bob and Seika Zaba, and said he wanted to get a couple of harness horses, and I had a couple here already, so I said to my wife Sandra at the time that, I think we'll just stay here, and it's turned out very well. I can't complain at all. It's been a good transition. It was tough at the beginning with the equipment, etc., and a different type of horse, but Bob and Seika were very good to me. They bought me some very, very nice horses.
Just run this back from a layman's term, the adjustment that you have to make. You mentioned equipment. To me, it's mind-boggling.
Well, the only similarities between these two horses is they have a head and tail and 4 legs. Thoroughbreds, you can only do so much for. Either they can run or they can't. Whereas here, equipment that they wear, the shoeing, physical ailments, everything, a lot of little things go into the big picture and can certainly help a horse do as well as he possibly can.
Is it safe to say standardbreds are tougher?
Oh, much tougher, much, much tougher. These horses, pulled suspensories, bows, they just turn them out for 6 months, bring them back in again and get going again with them. They're tough animals. I've had lots of horses that have had different problems and came back and been very, very good race horses and done well.
You're in the bike in the morning. What's that like? Yeah,
good. I jog a lot of horses. I train a lot of horses. It's good. It's much like a trainer of thoroughbreds, galloping his own horses. It certainly gives you a feel for horses and how they're doing and whether they're on what we call one line, bearing out, bearing in, or they're putting in steps. If there's a problem with a horse, and hopefully you can get it straightened out by the time the horse races. I think it's important. I try and train as many of my horses as I can in the morning. I think myself that harness racing in BC is just on the brink of being very, very big. The problem with us, our sport out here, is the grandstand's too small on Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays. There's just too many people here for the facility. But I really think once people get to know and understand harness racing, a lot of people would get into it. The idea that we're a bunch of old farmers out here with horses and the money's no good is long gone. I mean, the purse money here is excellent. We've taken a purse reduction and it's still good money. These horses, we've got to get them out there every week. They race every week. They make good money, and when you look at what our $25,000 claimers make in a year, and we can hold our own to thoroughbreds any day of the week, and I think people that like action certainly enjoy harness racing.
Thoughts on the future for this industry?
Well, horse racing has been in BC for a lot of years. And the first horse race, they say, was at Beacon Hill Park in Victoria. And I think horse racing in BC has a great future. I really believe that. I think that we've been kicked and put down so many times by different people, and when I hear people say that we have too much horse racing in BC or other jurisdictions, it really irritates me, because this is an industry and you have to have so many days to sustain your industry. We employ a lot of people in BC in horse racing. We pay a lot of money in taxes, and we're probably the only industry in BC that has to pay for the governing body of ourselves. $1 million a year comes out of our pockets as horsemen and track operators to sustain the GPEB. And I think really horse racing is just on the brink of doing very well. The casinos helped immensely here at Fraser Downs, and we found a niche in their gaming expertise. There's certain people that come here all the time, enjoy Fraser Downs, and the same with gambling on horses. I think horse racing is going to change. It's not going to stay the same, and it never will, and it shouldn't. It's going to get, there's going to be changes. I don't know what they're going to be, but I think you'll see, hopefully, keep the racing seasons as they are and give people a chance to make money and invest money in this business, and I think people will really be glad they did.